Hi Cancer, welcome to Spiritualista. This is your weekly energy forecast from the 22nd until the 28th of September. If you like a personalized deep dive reading, the link to my Etsy shop is below. And this is the first time probably that you're seeing me in this format. It is because it is the first week that I'm actually doing a facial video, so welcome guys. I thought it was going to be a little bit more fun, a little bit more interesting to not just look at the cards. We're still going to be doing that, but we're going to start off by doing a little face reveal, even though I did one a few weeks ago. If you didn't see that one, this is the other one now. So this is what I look like, and these are my plants and my kitchen, and yeah, we're just gonna get right to it. So let's see here what the universe has in store for you, Cancer, for the upcoming week. So all right, please universe, please highest possible source, tap into Cancer's energy from the 22nd until the 28th of September. And let's see what's going on for you guys. All right, Cancer, please tap into Cancer's energy, highest possible source. So let's see here. All right, guys. And this is the usual reading that we always do. It's a Celtic cross, so there are 10 cards, and then we're going to have them all in different positions, representing different things. So it's both going to be the archetype of the card itself, but then also the archetype of the position itself. And that's going to give us a bigger picture of your processes, what you're going through, your healing journey, and everything that's going on in your life, and everything that's going to be happening to you, and yeah, in this upcoming week. So let's see here. All right, so nice. Okay, so you got the Sun and your present moment card. Nice, that's a beautiful one to get there. All right, and then we have the Three of Cups as your crossing challenge, and above you in your conscious mind is Justice. And then we have your foundation or your subconscious mind with the Magician. Nice. Very, very major arcana heavy, this one today. So 3 out of 4 so far. And then recent past, another one, the World. Beautiful. Wow, you're going through something now, but it's not bad. It's important though. Like there's like a big life cycle going on here. It's a massive change going on for you guys. That's when it happens, when we get all the major arcana, is because there's a huge thing going on. We're in this huge transition phase. So good for you guys. Oh, are you kidding? Another one. So the Fool is in your near future. And then we have your suggested approach with the Five of Swords. And then what you need to know are your surrounding energies. We have the Death card. That's crazy. I'm going to have to count how many there are. All right. And then we have the Queen of Pentacles here and your hopes and fears. And then in your potential future, we do have the Four of Cups. All right. So bottom of the deck energy here is that Seven of Pentacles. So let me just count them real quick here. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 major arcana for you guys. That's insane. All right, so let's get right to it. So Cancer, the center of your reading here starts off with the Sun crossed by the Three of Cups. And the Sun is a card that we love. It's a card about warmth. It's a card about happiness. So it's really nice to see it in your current energy. And so throughout your week, like there's a sense of renewal and vitality in you where things feel just more alive to you and more warm and like way more clear in a way that feels, yeah, I think it's pretty undeniable to you actually. And I also feel like you're feeling more confident and more aligned with your own confidence and higher frequency here. But then crossing with the Three of Cups, that's a card of community, right? That's a card about friendships. So together, these two cards tell me that your happiness right now is really tied to celebrating something. And yeah, doing so with the people around you that lift your energy higher, like your inner circles and your support network. And that your light is amplified when it's shared with the people around you that give you that happiness through your connections. And their support is going to be a huge part to your healing here. So we have to remember though that this card is, yeah, it's still placed in a challenging position. So I'm getting the feeling that this could be that you're in the space right now of doubting in your connections and maybe like even canceling your plans with people here. And it might just be that there is a little bit of mistrust going on right now for you in your circle. So just be discerning. And if you're having this tendency to self-isolate right now, it might be rooted in a fear that it might be like some gossip. You know, there might be some people that are being a little bit fake right now in your social circle. So just stay attuned to that and pay attention to your friendships and just set some firm boundaries And just be aware that this might be happening and you might be feeling this energetically right now from your surroundings, where you're needing to take a little bit of space and just distance yourself, but not self-isolate entirely from everyone, but rather just find out who those people are that don't have your best interests at heart. And then in your mind here, you have Justice, which is a card and also like an archetype that's all about establishing balance, right? And fairness and just truth, like accountability. And it tells me that mentally you're focused on just making things right now, basically. And that could be in your relationships, in your decision making. And you're in this space right now where you're needing to align yourself with your own integrity. And it's showing me that you're in this headspace right now of just truly weighing your choices very carefully here. So this card of your crown tells me that you're thinking a lot about cause and effect, and about the consequences of both your own actions, but also other people around you, and about the importance of just staying true to your own principles. And then with the Magician here in your foundation, which is your subconscious mind, this is all about manifesting, and it's all about just having the realization that you have the willpower to set things in action and actually create the things that you want to have in your life. So deep down, this is what's fueling you here, where you're standing at a foundation of just being empowered here and having what it takes to shape your path forward. So this card at your base is really powerful, and it means that no matter what unfolds here, you're supported by your own ability to just create and to communicate your energy and just direct it with more intention. So even if you have people right now that are creating some sort of sabotage for you, you can still be very much self-reliant with this energy here in your foundation. And I'm really glad to see it with the crowning here too, with Justice, because it tells me that you're being very much aware of your surroundings, and this discernment is going to be very helpful for you here in this present moment. So yeah, so it's a good combo. And then in the recent past, you had the World. So this is a card that tells me that you just closed off something major, like a major cycle. So you're feeling this completion here, and you're feeling the fulfillment that comes with that, where you just lately come through an ending of sorts and the wrapping up of a chapter that brought you the sense of closure. So that, it tells me that you've reached the milestone here where something really important just came full circle for you. And now you're standing right in the beginning of what's coming up next for you, which, we can see here in the near future with the Fool, So that's the new beginning. These two cards are just perfectly in this combination, because one is about ending the things that are no longer aligned, and the other one is about this fresh start and having the courage to do so and to step into that, even if you're not really sure of what that truly means right now for you. You're still trusting in that path, and you're still, that's going to be unfolding for you, so that after the World here closed, this cycle in your past, the Fool is just showing you this new chapter that's opening right away for you. So you're just stepping right into that. You're stepping right into something new and quite unfamiliar here, but also something that's full of potential. So even though your path is not yet defined, you're still going with that, and you're still you're being encouraged by the universe with this card in this position. Just trust in it and just stay playful and just stay open to it, because your near future is about just saying yes to this new energy here, even if it feels quite a bit uncertain at this point. And then you have this suggested approach here, which is it's the advice basically from the universe. And here with the Five of Swords, it's always interesting. It's always interesting to have a Five of Swords in that position, because Five of Swords is all about conflict, tension. But since it's in your advice position, I'm seeing it more as you having to walk away from something that's just draining you, a sort of battle that's draining you way more than it's actually giving to you. So as an approach, it tells you to be mindful of which battles that are around you that are actually worth engaging in. And it feels like it ties back here too, with the Three of Cups energy here, and this sort of shady sort of connection that I'm picking up on. So the message here is to not waste your energy on proving yourself, where it's in a place where no one really wins. So just choose your words and your conflicts wisely and discern where you should be actually investing, because sometimes the best strategy is to just step back and just protect your peace. And then you have Death there and what you need to know. So this position here is your surrounding energies, right? So that's the Death card. I always say, it's don't be scared of the Death card. I know a lot of people are. Doesn't mean real death, but it's rather transformation. It's endings too. So it's going to catalyze you into a rebirth. So what you need to know is that something in your environment right now is shifting in a major way, right? And we see that too with the world there. So yeah, it's still doing so. And even though you just close something off here, there's still parts of it that are like lingering there and still needing to be shut down here. So there's still this cycle that's ending for you. And there's a space that's being cleared for your renewal here. So this card, by the way, doesn't always it doesn't point to doom, but it's simply saying that change is inevitable right now, and that the resistance that you might feel to that change, like it won't hold it back. So yeah, don't try to do that. Like it won't put the brakes on it and won't stop it altogether. And this transformation is being active around you and your surroundings. So it's guiding you towards your next phase here, and especially with the Fool too. And then the Queen of Pentacles and your hopes and fears. So I'm getting a very Cancerian vibe from this card today, actually. Interesting, because it's not an earth element. Or it is, sorry, it is an earth element, but it's not a water element. That's what I was going to say. But still, like, it's telling me that you're really longing for this ability to nurture yourself and just nurture other people around you and just create this stability, create this comfort for your people and your surroundings, but also doing so in a more grounded, more practical way. But there's also this fear here that you won't be able to hold all of that, and like that your resources aren't going to be enough. So this card shows me that your big concern here is this longing to create a safe, more stable life for yourself, but also paired with the worry of whether you can actually sustain that. And then you have the Four of Cups here in your potential future. So Four of Cups is a tricky card. Like it's usually about reflection and discernment. And sometimes it can be a little bit like a sense of emotional distancing and a little bit of apathy. So it shows me that in the near future, you might be wanting to pause and question the things that are being offered to you here. And I think it's all to do with this connection that we talked about here, where there could be also several connections too for some of you guys, but I think that it's specifically one person for the majority part of you watching. And there could be a sense of just disinterest, like the opportunities that are being presented to you don't really match what you feel that you need and your vision, like on a deeper level. But as I always say, like with this card here, you know, it has a lot of potential, because sometimes what you're searching for is like, it's right there, but it requires more presence and openness to see it. And I'm not sure if you're just allowing yourself to fully do that. So just stay positive and just look at the brighter side of things. And even if it means like having to take a break from a specific individual just to gather yourself back together and collect yourself enough to be able to know if it's something that's worth pursuing here, or like whether it's a friendship or a romantic connection. Like I do feel in this case that it's more of a friendship though. I gotta say that, especially since it's the Three of Cups. But for some, it could be romantic. And yeah, there's definitely some disinterest going on there. Yeah, I'm not sure what that is. I'm not sure if that's you, if that's another person, but there is some disinterest, there's some apathy going on there, which also ties back to this energy that I'm picking up to when it comes to just generally like canceling plans and just being a little bit like self-isolating here. And then the bottom of the deck with the Seven of Pentacles. So that's, yeah, it also checks out. Yeah, it makes sense with the spread here. And this is the undertone, like it's the undercurrent of the spread. So it's all about patience. It's all about evaluation of the long game. So this week is going to be, yeah, it's going to be about pausing to assess where energy is going, you know, and asking yourself if this thing is worth your effort and if it's going to grow into what you actually want. So Seven of Pentacles is reminding you that this growth is going to actually take time, and the foundation that you're building might not be revealing the results immediately, but the investment that you're putting into it is what actually matters here. So to summarize your week, yeah, like we have this here. We have the Sun crossed by the Three of Cups. So again, like it's about happiness, it's about clarity, and just being with your community and your connections and celebrating with them. And then on your mind, there's justice there, showing you that you have to focus on truth and fairness, and you have to just stay in your integrity here and just be discerning and whether all aspects and facets of your connections are actually being real to you right now. And then at the root here with the Magician, it's telling you that you're right at the cusp of starting to truly believe in your confidence and in your power to just manifest your own path here. So yeah, and then the World showing me that you just had a chapter closing off, and now especially with the Fool here, yeah, there's something that is inviting you into this new beginning that just comes right after that. So yeah, your advice, Five of Swords, just choose your battles wisely. Just don't waste energy where there's no real victory. And the Death card here in your surroundings, I mean, that's just showing transformation that's active. Like, it's still in your environment after the World card. It's just residual at this point, and it's just clearing space for renewals for you. And the Queen of Pentacles is you longing for stability, but also kind of worried about whether you can actually sustain that. And your potential future with the Four of Cups telling me that you're in this moment of reflection and just asking whether what's in front of you really fulfills you and if it's worth still working towards. And then at the base of everything is the Seven of Pentacles, which is kind of echoing this Four of Cups energy here. And it's reminding you to think long term and to be patient and just invest your energy where it truly matters to you. Because the bigger story here is one of endings and beginnings and cycles closing so that fresh things and starts can open up to you. And of course, of learning how to celebrate while moving through this transformation with patience and discernment. So Cancer, that was all I have for you today. I really hope that this reading resonated, and if so, please make sure to give it a like and let me know in the comments below which part resonated the most with you guys. And please make sure to subscribe to the channel if you want to be able to find it again, because it's very new. So in YouTube world, how that works is that the algorithm itself doesn't always push the channels out, so we're kind of stuck in this like YouTube purgatory in the initial months. So if you want to help me get me out of that space so that I can reach out to more people and tell them about their energies, then please subscribe to the channel so that I become a little bit more visible. It would be very appreciated. So I'll see you in the next video. Bye!